she will spend the rest of her life trying to atone. Like I said, I've watched it, I know the plot, but I'm very excited to see how much it changes. This was literally just like 50 pence at a charity shop, proper bargain, and I just keep reading this before bed. It starts off very slow, but this is my bookmark. That's what I have in this book at the moment. Just a little postcard, and yeah, says it isn't true. A police examination of his computer shows strange searches. They say they weren't made by him. And then there were the persistent calls on his mobile. So what did happen to Nick's beautiful wife? I've got no idea. Please do not spoil it for me. I'm really excited to read it. I'm just putting it off a bit. So yeah, let's get that one. The next one is, I'll show you, Dead Poets Society, but I know it's a film. I know it's a film because it's my favourite film. I have watched it about 75 times this year. I know it by heart. I'm obsessed with it. Neil and Todd, Charlie, I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely crazy about it. I know it's a film, and this is literally just based on it. I'm pretty sure it's like the screenplay in book form. It's a novel by N.H. Claiborne. It's based on the film. These are the characters here. You've got Robin Williams, who stars in the film. You've got, that's bits. You've got like Knox and Charlie and everybody, just the characters on the front. Great scene. If you haven't watched the film, please do. It is a staple. It is a cult classic. It is absolutely, again, heart-wrenchingly beautiful. And I will read the back because it just summarises the entirety of it. Todd Hansen and his friends at Welton Academy can hardly believe how different life is since their new English professor, the flamboyant John Keating, has challenged them to make your lives extraordinary. Inspired by Keating, the boys resurrect the Dead Poets Society, a club where, free from the constraints, I can't literally see in these glasses, but I refuse to take them off. Free from the constraints and expectations of school and parents, they let their passions run wild and free. As Keating turns the boys onto the great words of Byron, Shelley, Keats, and they discover not only the beauty of language, they observe the importance of making each moment count. was just